Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all are doing well. We have an abundance of news to talk about today. So, if you haven't already tuned in, you know the Tamashii Nation's World Tour event has started up in Tokyo, I believe. So they've got a whole, display going on of stuff, new reveals, and available items there and all that good stuff. But we got our Dragon Ball Z reveal that they teased the other day. And as you can see there, it is the boy Goku from the Namek Saga in his final fight with Full Power Frieza. I'm taken aback, honestly. I mean, I was not expecting it to look, like this. A lot of people have been curious about what is this considered? Is it considered 4.0, 3.0, 3.5, whatever? I would say it's still in the realm of what we've been getting. It's not necessarily new, considering the fact that the legs still use the technology similar to the original Awakening Goku, where he has the thigh swivel inside of the actual clothing. I think that it's just that they apply the newer newer molds to it and whatnot. So it's got that brand new feel. Obviously, it is on I believe, a ball joint here for the feet. More of the updated stuff that's been going on. And yeah, of course, he's got that bulky upper body finally. We've been waiting for this. And I mean, when Toto came out, in terms of a preview from Jujutsu Kaisen, everybody was like, maybe that's a good idea. We could just take his body and put it on a Goku to say, there you go. And lo and behold, we just got it. Now they're giving us different hair options here. They're giving us the bangs all the way down. They're giving us the one bang with the other hair up. And they're giving us the entire hair up. So that's going to be really cool. And the faceplates honestly look pretty nice. But, I think we can see what it's like when we get an actual proto. Well, actually, he is in person there. So once I see some more photos, we can kind of talk about it. But, from a prototype to an actual release figure, those things change. So we'll see. But, I mean, with Trunks, his faces turned out really great. So I'm assuming that Goku can turn out really great too. But, the third-party space is going to have, a field day with this Goku. Just at least even the upper body portion. But yeah, it's honestly pretty crazy. The only gripe I'm going to say I potentially will have about this is that he may not be able to do back kicks. And that's been a gripe I've had with newer figures in general. Just because they have this butt flap covering, the leg in the back. So they can't move their leg backwards. 2.0s can do that pretty easily. They don't have that blocking that. So I would like to see them fix that issue. And I'm not sure if giving them soft plastic for this midsection like they did for the Chainsaw Man figure would be, a permanent fix for it. But I think that they should try it on one release and see how well it does. But yeah, I don't know. That's my only gripe with it so far. You can see a little bit of influence from maybe the Turles legs there, in terms of the muscles and whatnot. Looking at his backside, if we can, I don't know if we. It's on the 360 page. I'm sure they'll post a link or something up here on their Instagram in a little bit. But he's got the back muscles. He's got the big arms. This is a crazy looking figure. I mean, he's got some shading going on too up there. The only thing too, design wise, I think he's a little too clean for me. I know that there are, I think, points in there where he doesn't really have any battle damage on him, a few frames here and there or something like that in the actual fight. But eventually he does get, some blood, some bruises and stuff like that, scratches and whatnot. So I feel like they could have maybe added that on here. But it's not a big gripe that it's going to deter me from buying it or anybody else buying it for that matter, I don't think. So be interesting to see. I do think people are going to for sure be sending in their figures for commission to add all those details in there. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's a great figure. It does come with a Kamehameha. I think I skipped it. There it is. Pretty cool. Nothing too different than what we've already gotten. You're going to be getting a Kamehameha with Piccolo if you ordered him, for Gohan. And I mean, you're getting this too. And this is a general release, actually. So you will see him in stores. He's about $50. I mean, give or take, that's going to be the same price around maybe what Trunks is, on the US side. So, give or take $67 or something like that with that extra markup. But yeah, I mean, he's great figure looking. I don't know what else to say. He's just great. I personally, I've said it before in different videos talking about the hair and stuff. I like the pale blonde hair. Not a fan always of the golden or yellowish hair like this, but it works. It's all right. Yeah, if in the future I see somebody making a custom with the more pale blonde hair, I will for sure buy it. But yeah, looks great. And let's get into the next thing here. So they also gave us, pre-order date, price, and all that stuff. Oh, I forgot to say this too. He is releasing in November. So that's another thing to think about is we still have an October slot that has not been filled yet. That either is Dr. Giro that's going to be filling that spot or someone else. I don't know. We didn't get no GT announcements this year so far for 2023. So I don't know. It's hard to say, but it might just be Giro fill in October, and then that's our lineup of the year. But yeah, so they gave us more details on the 2099 Spidey from Across the Spider-Verse. And honestly, I gotta say, I do think he looks better here in these product photos. When I saw him in person, I didn't necessarily, not in person, but when I saw him like in person photos, I wasn't really feeling him. I mean, he just didn't really, I don't know, it didn't really feel like it was coming together too much. The colors felt a little off, and just, I don't know, these details on him felt a little bit too popped out, I guess. I kind of like if they were not as what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. They're just a little bit too not indented, but popped out, I guess you could say. Like you could feel the details of it if you rubbed your finger across it, for example. I can't think of the word I'm trying to use. But I do think it looks a little bit better. Maybe it was just the lighting and stuff like that at the time. All the people, in there taking pictures and all the light shining on it do make difference in how it looks. But I do like darker blue in the face. I mean, or the head looks good, and his webs look intriguing. And yeah, he's got the claws hands and all that good stuff. The articulation, I probably think is going to be more or less the same, I think, as Gwen and Miles. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy out of this world. But I do think this is going to be a decent option if you don't want to wait for Mafex or you don't want to wait for Sentinel, which Sentinel is still completing the original Spider-Verse line. They still haven't done Noir yet, so I don't think they're going to be getting into the Across the Spider-Verse stuff for a while. Mafex might be a little bit faster, but if you don't feel like waiting, I mean, these are pretty decent options. Also, there it is. They show his unmasked face, and I'm not necessarily a fan of the expression used. I think I would have liked more of an angry expression of him when he's chasing Miles, or just a stern expression. This kind of looks like he's confused, or yeah, he just looks confused or something. And I guess his complexion does seem to be a little bit more tan in the trailers and stuff, right? So I'm not sure if they're gonna color correct that, but I feel like he's a little bit too light than what they've shown in the trailers for the movie so far, but I could be wrong. But that's just how I feel about it. Yeah, I mean, it's decent fig, looks cool. It's gonna be 13,200 yen, which is somewhere around $80-$90 or something like that. So it's up to you at that point. I don't know if it's necessarily worth that price, but it's pretty high up there. And he's releasing November of 2023, and his pre-orders basically should already be up at this point. So if you were able to snag one, good luck to you. But yeah, last thing here, we got Indiana Jones. Now, I'm not a big Indiana Jones guy. I don't really watch those movies, but I'm kind of surprised that this was done. Now, I know that there's a lot of fans and stuff for the latest Indiana Jones movie that's coming, but it is a shocker that they didn't just make one of him in his current, role, for the film. They do have an old, face for the actor from Star Wars that they probably could have just reused at this point, because I mean, it's not like they haven't done that before, reusing faces. But yeah, I think it's cool that they went back and did something for a different movie in his prime, I guess you could say. So I'm not sure I feel too keen on how he looks in the lower half there, but we'll have to see what he looks like, in person, of course. So with that, there is two characters anime wise, because I don't really pay attention to Saint Seiya and Kamen Rider all too much at the moment. But anime wise, there is Ao Todo from Jujutsu Kaisen that hasn't been put up for pre-order or talked about just yet, and Yamato from One Piece hasn't gotten any new details. So those are two figures somewhere around, I would hope the next month or two we get details on and pre-order updates. But I'm kind of happy because I don't want to have a lot on my plate. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for Metal Cooler, because I am going to get him, but the price of him is just going to, make me fumble in terms of I don't want to be like financially broke, bro. Yeah, that figure is expensive. And this guy's a general release, so I mean you could just wait. It's no rush to pre-order him unless you like want him day one in your hands when he releases in Japan or in Hong Kong and stuff like that. I mean, it's a general release. You don't have to rush, and I'm gonna say it now. Don't give in to like paying high prices just to get it faster. Just wait. Just be patient. It's not that big of a deal for a general release. You're saving yourself more money. And so the people who bought the event exclusive and paid more than they probably would have liked, I'm sorry for you, but this is why sometimes you just gotta be patient, And I'd be interested to see if on the aftermarket that EE Goku's prices decline a little bit. I mean, you've got this new Goku coming out in November, so it's more of a chase. Nobody really is going to, in their mind, say, well, I need that EE Goku when, there's a new one coming out just without the shirt. And I mean, at that point, if you really want to, you could probably find somebody to make a custom shirt for it or something, There's options at this point now. So yeah, with that, I'm going to end it here, and I'll get into talking just about Goku in a little bit, and some other stuff from Kong. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are excited for all this stuff releasing. And catch you guys in the next video. Peace.